got way too much energy. You have way too much energy.
Welcome to a thirsty Thunderdome Thursday version of the B Team. I'm Ryan Brauninger. He's Richard Zane. We're preparing you for your weekend here from 4:15 to 5:45 ahead of a big college football weekend, at least a big one here in College Station. The TexAgs crew, some of them already in Chicago, Illinois, with plans to make their way to South Bend, Indiana. Billy Lucci hitting a lot of the Barstool content today, I've seen. He was through the Barstool Chicago offices, did some stuff with Mincy, Casey Smith, T-Bob Hebert. I'll be interested to see if he crossed paths with Big Cat or any of the other big-time personalities up there.
I thought they did their stuff in New York. Have they started relocating offices?
Big Cat's in Chicago, and a lot of his crew is in Chicago. Portnoy is in Miami, but travels so much, and they do still have their New York office, which houses one of our favorite meme factories, Frank the Tank.
I would call Frank the Tank a meme factory if I wasn't exactly like him when I watch baseball.
That's a little disturbing, and I feel even more sorry than I did previously for your girlfriend. Can we make an announcement here? We have a big announcement, and you were the one that let me in on this morning, tipped me off, and then when I drove by. Oh, yes.
The first victory of the B Team.
Look, we can't help but feel partially responsible. But
Texas A&M put out a graphic that they were undefeated. Now they've just been taking L's after L after L. We had a victory this morning.
Finally.
Big one.
Our first
one. The curse is broken.
The first of many. As we are driving down Welborn Road this morning, the previous 2 weeks, you and I both sat in these chairs and had a massive issue / rant.
Hissy fit.
About an 18-wheeler. And about an 18-wheeler parked in the right-hand lane of Welborn Road as we got close to George Bush Drive. It was causing traffic to bottleneck and pushing it back past 2818, if you're familiar with College Station, back towards the HEB on Jones Crossing. That's how far it was backed up. This morning, I start driving into work, and I'm not kidding you. You text me about the time I was heading north on Welborn Road, and I noticed that traffic was flowing a little bit freer.
I was a little bit ahead of you. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. And Richard texted me and said the 18-wheeler is in the parking lot of Wayne Smith Little League, where it should have been the whole time, unloading. So no 18-wheeler in the right lane, no traffic issues on the drive to work this morning. I think that's fair to say. First round of applause. The first victory, Cade. First victory for the B Team.
And what a victory it was.
We can't help but feel responsible. And I'm not apologizing about it one bit. That's what should have been happening from the get-go. All right, as you know, if you are a regular of this show, on Thursdays we do bits. Well, I guess last Thursday was our first bit. We're trying to do a bit every Thursday on Thunderdome Thursdays here on the B Team. Last week we ate spicy chicken, and if we're being honest, the chicken, the taste was excellent. A+ on the flavor. I will be going back to that place to get chicken. However, the bit was the spice levels, the Scoville levels, Scoville units on these chicken strips were supposed to get unbearable toward the end of the show. I think once we were done, we were like, hey, that was spicy, but it was like a spicy crawfish bowl.
Yeah, it was good. It was hot. It wasn't too hot.
So today, last week we tried to hurt ourselves. This time we're trying to help our bodies. Okay. And I've got two burly men here with me on the B Team. Cade Bickham, Flex, burly man. Put the camera on you.
It's the first time
burly man.
Bickham and I have ever been called burly.
Richard Zane on camera here. Flex, burly man there.
Oh, yeah.
So these two burly men, I have brought them a gallon of water apiece. And so the bit today, and we're legitimately taking the plastic off of it.
Yeah,
so these are
full.
Brand new, full. Okay, we're going to see how much of this gallon of water we can get through. I did Google before the show how much water you have to drink for it to be dangerous. We should be okay unless one of us drinks 2 of these gallons of water. Then we could be potentially water intoxication issues. But I think 1 gallon, I doubt any of us drink 1 gallon and now less than 90 minutes, but here, that's the goal. How much of this water can you get down? Richard's taking a good chunk out of it right now. Cade has his first sips. Once Richard starts talking, I'm going to start guzzling. At the end of the show, so we're doing water, we're hydrating, helping our bodies after hurting our bodies last week. At the end of the show, in front of me, in front of Richard, in front of Cade behind the camera, we have got 5 different protein bars. And we are going to test them, and we're going to rank them 1 through 5. And after we rank them, Cade is going to, he's got the wrappers back there with him. So we are going to look at the nutrition facts. So whenever you guys
I'm intrigued by this one because it looks like a Pop-Tart.
Okay, we're going to get to that. Whenever we leave today, we're going to be well hydrated, and you and Cade are going to be so jacked.
I'm already properly jocked.
Properly jocked.
Properly.
And so it's been a good start to the show. Richard, we are actually going to begin the content portion of this. We're talking a lot of football. I've got a bunch of games to pick, as well as we always do the A&M score prediction.
Oh, yeah.
Like we like to reiterate that if you want the full breakdown, this is not the place to get it. TexAgs Live tomorrow morning. They'll be in the studio. Billy will be in Chicago already. Olin, David, Callie's already in Chicago. Olin and David will be getting ready to fly out.
Yeah, but Callie's like respect to Callie, but like Callie's not, her job's not to talk football ever.
Right, but that's a crew that's already just going up there.
She's just hanging out. Like she's there having fun with her family. She's doing it right. The rest of like Olin and David and they're going to work. Callie's going to hang out and have a good time.
This morning, Olin and I were having a spirited discussion about our first topic of the show today. Again, a lot of football on here. We're picking a bunch of games. Going to do some upset alert meters. And then maybe look at some NFL games. The one tonight I think is very interesting. But
great game tonight, yeah.
Today in the office upstairs at my new desk, I was talking to Olin about our first topic here. Okay, and Olin covered Texas high school football for a long time, and you know Olin likes to mill around. But when he mills around, sometimes he sits. But if he's standing, what is he always doing when he's standing? If he's milling, well, yes, he's talking. But he's always in motion. Remember that he was going through this spell where he was stretching while he was talking? So he would, if you were in the lobby, he would use the rails on the stairs as his personal, I guess, Pilates.
I do a great Olin impersonation, like just walking around. Like you can't see it because like this isn't conducive setup to show you my Olin walk, but it's like really good with like how I put my hands on my hips and like the gait.
He had it all going upstairs this morning, and I guess I was sitting at my desk and he didn't want to sit at the table in the cafeteria area or in that red couch that's next to it.
Sure.
So he decides he's going to climb on the railing of the second story.
What?
And sit on it. And
so like for those of you who haven't been in our office, the railing of the second story, like
if you fall,
like it's not exactly like carpet or soft at the other side. Like what?
I know. And so he was struggling to get perched up there.
This is the guy who's fallen multiple times at the gym.
Now, to his credit, he was in the corner kind of where the stairs meet, the banister meets, but he's still sitting on that rail. And
dicey.
I never said anything to him because I want him to feel good about his independence. But I'm going, okay, I can probably grab, if his head goes backwards and he comes off of this thing, I can probably catch his ankle or his leg. But that's the only shot I had.
I'm glad that you're wanting him to feel good about his independence. This is the same guy who routinely gets like brochures or solicited to move into like park at traditions.
I didn't know that.
Like every time. So he'll go do these speaking engagements at the old folks like apartments to all the old ags because he's a good old ag, stuff like that. It has happened on multiple occasions that like somebody who works for the facility or wherever he's speaking has been like, this isn't that like bad of a place to live kind of thing. And he's like, what?
So they're pitching.
Time out. Did you that was all one sip?
Yes.
What in the world? Cade, we are screwed. We lose.
Okay.
Brauny wins.
We don't have much of a chance on this one, but we can try.
Get it out. Okay, can I reiterate something? What did I say the other day?
You did say that you are the best water drinker in College Station, which is
I said in Brazos
Valley.
Brazos County.
Brazos County, which is a crazy thing to even care about.
And I'm also, I think, the best wing eater in this county. So I do expect to excel in this a little bit. I had a protein shake after my workout, and I've had no water the rest of the day. So I am a little parched.
I think breaking the seal after this is going to be pretty crazy.
Okay.
I'm screwed. Like, I've taken what I feel like is two pretty sizable sips, and I'm like still way behind.
After this clip,
can we get this broken down by weight class?
Sure. I mean, look, I should beat y'all. I should beat y'all in any consumption. Oh, what is Kay doing? She waving by?
She's waving by, yeah.
Okay,
bye, Kay.
I should beat y'all in any sort of food or drink consumption in on these Thursdays. That's why I think like the heat is the great equalizer, because it doesn't care how big you are. It's going to be hot regardless. But in terms of quantity, volume, I should be able to beat both of you. So that's why we're going to have to get creative. We're going to bring the blonde crew in whenever we do the chicken nuggets total. We're going to let them team up against probably two of us. 3 versus 2. Anyway, all right, so back to what I was talking to Olin about this morning upstairs. Dave Campbell's Texas football each week. I'm a huge Texas high school football fan. I follow their content. Greg Tepper, who is one of their main personalities, does what he calls the picks every week. They come out on Wednesday. And I watch the picks. And he just basically goes around the state of Texas and he highlights some of the biggest games, and he makes obviously a decision on who he thinks who's going to win after the breakdown. And there was something really interesting that he said as he previewed Austin Westlake is traveling to Atascocita, and it's like 190 miles or 180 mile trip from Austin Westlake to Humble. And he said something at the end of his breakdown, and I sent it to Katie. We're about to play this clip. And it made me really start thinking about the fairness of the Texas high school football state championships always being in Dallas. Roll that clip, Cade.
And key number 3, Road Warriors. So this is a road game for Westlake. They are getting on a bus and they are traveling to Turner Stadium in Humble outside of Houston. It's about 190 miles-ish from Westlake going to Turner Stadium. And we talk a lot about home field advantage. We talk about travel, but let's put a fine point on it. From our friend Carl Padilla at the Padilla poll, teams that travel more than 150 miles for non-district games win just 12% of the time. That's a real...
Oh, there we go.
Thanks, kid.
So that was super interesting to me. Now, so
12%.
I don't know the total number. He doesn't give you the total number of times this has happened, but 12% of the teams that travel over 150 miles in non-district matchups win the game.
It's also obviously 12%. That's got to be regular season.
Again,
it's got to be regular season.
I agree that it's probably only regular season, but there's no specificity that says that it is.
Specificity is a word that came up today in our office because Jacob Fuller used it with one of the front desk girls, and she's like, "Wow, vocab word," and he was like, "That's like a normal word." And he was like, what do you think, Richard? I was like, specificity is a normal word, but I don't think it's often used. So there we go. Specificity, word of the day in the TexAgs office.
The specificity of the stat does not tell us that it's only regular season. So the argument that I was going to make, or what it made me think about, and I would have to ask Greg Tepper about the statistic and what all it entails. But if only 12% of the teams that travel 150 miles or more in Texas high school football win the game, then it is a competitive advantage for DFW teams to consistently play in state championship games at AT&T Stadium. I don't think you can argue that. That's not a number that's close where you're like, okay, like there's some other factors at play here. If
this has got to be regular season, is what I'm saying. Like, that's got to be regular season. Because how many times did did North Shore beat Duncanville until Duncanville had the breakthrough?
They won. They're 3-3 against each other.
But it was the first 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But still, like you're thinking about the 6. I'm thinking about all of them.
Okay.
And you think about all the schools from Dallas that have been really successful in AT&T, and like is Carthage 150 miles from AT&T Stadium? Like I think that's probably close. Because Carthage is 10 or 11 of them, and that would greatly skew that number. So again, I don't know if it does include state championship games and playoff games, though. You can't convince me that it's not a competitive advantage for the teams in Dallas. And I have been a big proponent that the state championship game should rotate between Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio.
No, you should never play in San Antonio. That venue's a dump.
What stadium?
Hold on. So this is my realm where I know about this stuff. Actually, I would put San Antonio ahead of Houston. The NRG Stadium does not have extra locker rooms. All that space. Hold on, let me finish.
The other thing I was going to ask is, do they have a natural surface in Houston?
No. It's turf.
Okay.
So but the issue is not the surface or anything. The issue is you have multiple teams arriving throughout the day, staggered, right? Laddered, while one team's playing, the next team's arriving and getting ready. NRG does not right now have the accommodations for that.
Really?
I went to a Friday opening day for Houston teams at NRG a couple of years ago. Maybe been last year, matter of fact. They started games at like 10 in the morning, 9 or 10 in the morning on a Friday. They played all day. One of the coaches from one of the most prominent schools in the city of Houston was walking into the field for his game that was after the opening game. I said, "Hey, coach, how are you?" He goes, "We'll never do this again." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "We have been sitting on yellow dogs for the last hour and a half waiting to get in here because this first game went long. Our kids have just been sitting on the bus. There's no place for them to dress. There's no place for them to move around. We're just sitting on the bus." And so NRG has a problem. They would have to fix that before they would host. San Antonio, the Alamo Dome, on the other hand, they've done major renovations to the playing surface. They've done major renovations to the concourses because UTSA uses it as a home stadium. They do have multiple locker rooms. I've also been in that stadium where San Antonio host an all-day early season football day games. No problem. So, but I believe that it should rotate from a competitive fairness standpoint. Now, on the flip side, DFW makes it a massive event. Jerry Jones wants to keep it there, so they're paying for it. AT&T Stadium is brilliant for it in terms of the logistics, and it has turned into everybody like that is the pinnacle of Texas high school football. There's also the TV contracts and all that stuff that go into it. So I understand why it has stayed in Dallas and why it will probably continue to stay in Dallas. My argument against it is just from a competitive advantage. We don't know how South Oak Cliff is going to play if they've got to drive to Houston or San Antonio in a state final when they haven't had to do it all year. I think staying in hotels for high school football teams is difficult. You don't ever have to do it. It's something else you have to manage. Anyway, maybe I'm the only person on this set that's passionate about that.
I just don't care. Be honest with you.
I think that's interesting.
I mean, I would want to see the statistical breakdown for sure. I want to see the more, like if that's the case and the postseason is impacting the stat that Greg Tepper shared, then sure, let's talk about it a little bit further. But that's so like inconclusive of a statistic to share that I just don't care. I also think that they're playing in the nicest facility in the state. I think it's really cool for the kids, regardless of where they're from. I know most kids that grow up in Houston are not Cowboys fans, so they might not care about playing on the same field that the Dallas Cowboys play on. But I know that AT&T Stadium's really cool for a lot of people to play in.
I understand all that. I'm just looking at it through a competitive lens. And I think there are some schools in that part of the state that should also have to make bus trips to play in the final. Every year, it seems like I can't remember the last time a DFW team, especially in 5A and 6A, wasn't in a final.
Richard, he's already more than halfway done with his water, by the way. Did you see what he just did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God.
Stupid. Like we'll let him have this one since he's going on. He's crying about the Metroplex having an unfair advantage because he hates the Metroplex.
I don't hate the Metroplex.
Hates it, dude.
I think y'all are. I think sometimes they can be a bit uppity, and it doesn't have the character and the grit of the city of Houston. But I don't have any other opinion on it. Matthew Dawson in the chat. Brauny got rocked last week, so he picked a challenge he can win. Fairness.
Hey,
you know what? After that, less than 24 hours, as a matter of fact, after we had you on this show and revoked your fraud alert, Matthew Dawson, You're taking pot shots in the chat. I don't get it. You're not invited back. And I hope Baylor loses the rest of their games. And Sawyer Robertson goes a 25% completion percentage. And
can I quit the hydration challenge? Like, I just like, I'm just like,
it's not.
I just
look, it's a personal thing. You're not competing against me.
But
You're competing against yourself.
But like in my head,
how are you doing,
Kate?
Kate, let me see your jug.
Yeah, Kate. Let's compare our jugs.
I've got it below the label.
Nice jugs.
Yeah, mine's below the label too. Brauny's is just significantly below the label.
Yeah, I'm
trying to see how many D's his is below.
All right. Big weekend in college football. What do you got, Kane?
Oh, I was gonna say this reminds me of like when people talking about the logo, like splitting the G when you're drinking a Guinness.
That's not what I was inferring, Kate.
I don't think
it was a jugs joke.
No, I know. It was a different topic.
Just making sure you were on the same.
No, I know.
page.
I wasn't. It was a completely different.
Do you like
sidebar?
Guinness?
Never had one, to be honest with you.
I've
Never
only
had
a
one.
Taste of one.
I'm not afraid of one. I'm just like, that's not what I would drink. I did start a couple weeks ago. We went to trivia at O'Bannon's, the Irish pub in town, and I started a beer card. And it is tradition, according to one of my friends, Annalise, shout out one of my grad school cohort, that you finish like with the Guinness. Like that's your last beer.
The small sample that I had of a Guinness, it had the consistency of wet concrete.
Really thick?
Ugh.
It is like a thicker beer.
It's like drinking oatmeal.
I've been to the Guinness factory in Dublin.
That'd be cool.
It is incredibly awesome. And they did like a thing where they have like a weird like 3D printer thing where they can put your they can put a picture like of your face on top of the foam. Like with like barley. It's really, really
It's like
cool.
the Rattling Bog on repeat.
Well, it's like, like the like the lattes that they'll like make the designs in. Like it's just essentially like imagine Cade Bickham's face, a selfie in the foam of his.
I have a picture
Guinness.
of it. I'll show you later.
Did you drink?
No. Cade, what you need to do is you need to find that photo and upload it so that you can show everybody.
Oh, that's a good point.
That's what you can do right now. I had a friend, a college roommate, and we lived with each other in like 2019.
Really? You're roommates and you lived with each other?
Yeah, and they were roommates. I was saying, like, we were roommates, but this is like when he went on this trip. He's about to finish his jug. He's about to finish this jug.
Outrageous.
The show is 22 minutes old. You madman.
We have over an hour left.
Madman. Yeah, like you're going to get thirsty throughout the rest of the show. You're not going to have anything to drink, you moron. Anyways, so my buddy Bradley and his brother, they went to Europe and they snuck in a match at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but they also went to Ireland and they went to Dublin, and Bradley had like convinced himself that in preparation for this trip, he should probably drink a couple of Guinnesses because that's what he's going to be drinking overseas. And then he got it in his brain, wait, it would be really cool if I had my first Guinness at the Guinness factory. So we had 4 of the Guinness cans in our little beer mini fridge, essentially for a year and a half because nobody wanted to drink them. He decided he was going to wait, and then they never got drank.
I don't know how people drink a bunch of those. Irish people are built different.
They're so good. I'm a huge fan. They're fantastic.
This doesn't surprise me at all.
So good.
The
They're
fact
so
that this
heavy.
guy doesn't.
You can look at them in the glass, and again, I've only just tasted a sip of one, but you can look at the viscosity of it in the glass and go, "Oh, that looks like jelly."
Jelly.
It looks like.
Do you have a favorite kind
it
of
looks
jelly?
like chocolate mousse in a glass, which I do love chocolate mousse.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell you? Okay, remind me if you can remember to tell you about my muscle mousse that I've been making. It's my own recipe, and you know what? I could probably come up here next Thursday. Kate, it would be possible, like if I wanted to cook on this show, that we could just point one of these cameras at the desk, and I could cook on the desk.
We could. I'll run it by the Savage, and we'll see if we can make it happen.
Yeah. So
also, you're not going to be here next Thursday.
No. I will be here next Thursday.
Not you, him.
I won't be.
Oh, you won't be. Okay.
Anyway, we're gonna do that though. I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna make my muscle mousse, and have you guys try it because I'm very stoked about my recipe.
How much do you think that is that I've drank so far? Is that like a quart?
Yeah, I'm not good with liquid measurements. I had to Google how many. I Googled how much water would kill you in 90 minutes, just to make sure we were being safe. And then I found out that it was 6. You can drink up 6 liters gets you water intoxication, and 6 liters is this 2 gallons.
3.79 liters.
Yeah, so 6 liters was about 2 gallons. Why are you making that face?
It's a lot.
Yeah, but we're not in danger, is what I'm saying.
Does it differ for people of different sizes?
It may, but it's all sitting right here in my stomach right now. Very taut.
Yeah, I can feel it too. Here, I have that picture now. So,
oh sweet.
Oh, let's see Cade Bickham's face.
Look at that.
Yeah, really cool.
Jeez.
It was like super interesting.
Look at that handsome fella.
How do you just take that right to the dome? You don't even worry about your face. Take the picture and then drink it.
Well, put that back up there, Cade. Leave it up for people.
Yeah, sure.
I wish we could make that the poster for this episode.
It was like
we can.
If the picture weren't so up and down, it would be much easier to do so. But they just take your picture and then they like connect it to whatever machine they have that can do that, and instead of like a foam design, it's like ground up barley in this like machine, and it does it like it sprinkles it on top of the foam like in like the picture that you took, and then it has the Guinness storehouse.
Oh, so that's barley.
Yeah, ground barley, like super fine. Yep.
Interesting. Well, cool. I have zero plans to ever go to the Guinness factory. Why is this already hurting you?
I'm just tired.
You don't like the water challenge? All right, let's pick some games. I need you guys to be more passionate about these picks coming up than we were about the my thoughts on Texas high school football state championship games being rotated.
I saw that when you put it on the rundown, and I was like, this is a topic that only he cares about.
No, I think there's a lot of people, especially in the Texas high school football media, that care about it. We have spirited discussions as such in the press box at AT&T Stadium.
Reese Nygren commenting on the Cade Bickham face on the Guinness. That's the face of a guy about to throw a 27 strikeout no-hitter against your favorite team.
He's going to drink 12 of those Guinnesses and then go out there and throw 8 1/3.
Yeah. Against your favorite club baseball team.
The only reason he comes out of the game is because he's about to get sick.
Yeah.
It's very reminiscent of the scene in the bench warmers where they start feeding Carlos tequila.
Yeah, Cade is 12. I am 12.
Maria,
why'd you leave me?
All right, a lot of games to pick. We're going to start in the city of Houston tomorrow night. Colorado at Houston. Cougars favored by 4.5. Colorado has made some interesting. They're starting like the kid that came into the year as the third stringer.
Staub.
Yeah, they're starting him. He's a transfer from. Oh boy, I had it on the tip of my tongue. Do you know, Cade?
Let me find it real quick.
I got it. I'm searching it right now. But they announced that they're starting him. It was a bit of a surprise. Ryan Staub. That's right. He was. I guess he was the backup to Shador last year. I thought Colorado's website is a disaster. So he's a redshirt freshman. Okay.
After this pick,
I thought he transferred in.
After this pick, we do have a chat in the premium TexAgs Live chat. A question from Geely's.
Okay, we'll get to it.
Yes.
Colorado at Houston. I don't think Colorado is very good, but I also don't think Houston's very good. I was surprised that this line was 4.5. I would have thought it'd been like a 2.5. I think Houston wins the game, but it's like a late field goal. So I would take Colorado in the points.
What was the line?
4.5 favor of U of H.
That's tough. 4.5 is a good line.
I think U of H will win.
Vegas knows what it's doing. I'll take the Cougs to cover.
Okay.
I will take Colorado's. I'll take the points. I think that they'll probably lose by a field goal, but their defense doesn't look I think their offense is obviously taking a step back because you don't have Shador and Travis Hunter and a lot of those receivers. But their defense, I thought, looked notably better when they played Georgia Tech in week 1. So
it depends on the Penn's defense.
I would think that, and I think Georgia Tech's got a better offense than U of H. No disrespect to Connor, but I mean, U of H struggled to score points against SFA. They didn't score a ton of points until late against Rice last week.
I've watched 0 snaps of both Colorado and Houston.
Okay. So this is just a fun,
I'm
just for
hanging
funsies
out.
pick. All right, what did you have in the premium chat, Cade?
All right. So it says it's a long one. So it's acknowledging that it is truly too soon to tell for sure. What does the B team think of the postulate that Texas A&M sports programs teams are potentially on the cusp of a, quote, breakout season 25-26 or department-wide success? Golf is off to a great start. Volleyball is highly ranked. Soccer has done pretty well so far, and football under Elko inspires some optimism. Basketball and spring sports might be pretty good as well.
I think they're all independent of each other.
Yeah, they're definitely all independent of each other, and also I disagree with the assessment on a couple of those already.
Yeah,
specifically the soccer team.
The
soccer team is not off to a good start. They are 3-1-3 with 3 draws against teams that they shouldn't be even in matches close to. They should have drawn with no, that's tough to say. TCU's the toughest team they played all year. TCU is going to be a favorite to win the Big 12 this year. They played them on Sunday. A&M probably should have lost that match 4-1, but if you're an Aggie, you can take some optimism in that you only lost that game by a goal, and that goal was scored in the last 5 minutes of the game. Yada, yada, yada. That's moral victory kind of stuff. I don't think that team's very good. They're picked to finish towards the bottom of the SEC for a reason. It would be massive if they got into the NCAA tournament. I don't think they're a threat to do any noise once they get there. Volleyball is the program you're hoping has a breakout year. It's volleyball and football that you're hoping for breakout years, right? Because I think both of the golf programs have been fine. They've been good. Garrett Chadwell's women's golf program has been to the national final. They've played and they've been in match play. They've been at the national event a couple of times in the last couple of years. Brian Corton's team's always a threat to do that as well. They're both off to a great start, but that seems it's always very impressive when you win golf tournaments in college golf, but as long as you're competing, you're doing a great job, and I expect them to compete week in and week out. The volleyball team this week has been disappointing. They've lost back-to-back matches. Tuesday, Wednesday, they lost to they've been playing good competition.
Those teams are good.
Yeah, credit to Jamie Morrison for a difficult schedule. He opened with the top 20 team in Minnesota. He's been on the road the entire time. They have yet to play a home match. Maybe it's a little bit fatigue setting in on his team, but they should not have lost last night to TCU, and they should not have lost in the manner which they did to SMU. You can't get swept. They just looked lethargic and uninterested against the Ponies. I'm pretty confident in his ability to recenter that team. They've got too much talent to not meet expectations this year, and that's a team that should make some noise in the postseason. That's the one I'm most optimistic on having a breakout season. Now, I could change that tune if Mike Elko gets a win on Saturday night. Then I'd be much more optimistic on them having a breakout year.
I'm still not there. Like I said, talked with Billy yesterday. I don't think this game's super important against Notre Dame. I acknowledge that I am in the vast minority in thinking that. I just believe that there's too much important football, win or lose, in front of them.
Sure, and I agree with that too.
You lost to Notre Dame last year, and you went into the final 2 weeks needing a win to get to Atlanta, something this program's never done.
Yeah, this game impacts absolutely nothing on their ability to make the SEC championship game. And if you make the SEC championship game, you're going to be in the college football playoff.
I agree. And Billy didn't think so last year.
If they're not going to win, if they're not going to be one of the last 2 teams in the SEC playing in Atlanta that first weekend of December, then this is a big game. Because it's a resume booster. It is.
Yeah.
And if you're not in Atlanta, you will probably have 3 conference losses. So you're looking at a 4-loss schedule.
I think that the margins are going to be so fine for this team. They're going to have some things that go their way. But even if you win in South Bend, that does not mean if this A&M team won in South Bend and then came home and lost to Auburn or Florida, would it surprise you?
No.
No.
And I don't think that beating Notre Dame means you're definitely going to beat one of those other ones. I think they're completely independent games from one another. I would love to see A&M win, be massive momentum for the program, and I think that can help you play better down the stretch. But I just think there are bigger Saturdays to come from A&M. And again, I'm acknowledging I'm in the minority there. There are way more Aggies that feel like this is a hugely important game, and way more Aggies and a lot of Aggies who cover the team. Like, I know a lot of folks in the office think this is a massively important game. Fine. I know that I differ in my thinking.
The reason this game would be important to win is because Notre Dame's schedule is fairly weak the rest of the way. This becomes, if you get a win, it becomes a good win if they can win out. But if they maybe falter in one of those other 10 games that they have to play, that's a very disappointing 9-3 for Notre Dame. Rather than if their 2 losses are to what seems to be a quality Miami team and to A&M, that's a good win.
Yeah, and I mean Notre Dame at 10-2 with the rest of their schedule, it's so light. I still would tend to lean toward a 10-2 Notre Dame having a real shot at getting into the playoff. Yeah. But the rest of the schedule after this game is super light for the Irish, and we're going to get into another team. I looked at their schedule today. I do not think they're good, but I do think they can get to 9 or 10 wins and be in the discussion. We'll get to them in a little bit later.
I just want to wrap up on this thought because he also mentioned basketball in the spring sports. Women's basketball, if you're waiting on them to have a breakout season, you're going to be waiting. It's not going to happen. They're not going to be very good. The men's team, they could make some noise and make the NCAA tournament, but if you're on the Luke Evangelist hype train, man, you're going nowhere. They're not going to be as good as they were last year, but Bucky McMillan and company have done what they need to do to make sure this team's going to be able to compete night in and night out in the Southeastern Conference, and that's exciting, at least in the interim. But they're still going to be a couple years away, or maybe a year or two away from truly competing to make noise in the NCAA tournament. The spring sports, both of your tennises are going to be okay. I mean, the men's team's kind of a perennial Sweet 16 team. Maybe they could break out. I think that's the expectation for them again. The women's team, it's hard. They don't need to break out. They've already broken out. They've
the best program on campus right now.
National championship and a runner-up in back-to-back years. Mark Weaver's going to have to replace an all-time great this season, but he's got that program rolling. The track and field programs, again, that's such a crapshoot of a sport, but it seems as though Pat Henry and company are going to compete both indoor and outdoor again this year for conference and national titles, as they always do. That's become the norm. For Trisha Ford and softball.
Can I say something about the diamond sports? I think they're very similar.
Yeah, pitching. That's what I was going to say.
Both are good offensively.
Yeah.
I think both are going to be good offensively, and there's question marks on the mound.
Trisha Ford's replacing an all-time great in the circle, and Mike Early's replacing an all-time great on the mound.
2 of them.
Yeah.
Lampkin and Prake.
Yeah, they're both top 10 in strikeouts. People don't realize that. Top 10 all-time Texas A&M. So there's more question marks surrounding those 2 sports than the other, but they've shown signs that they're working towards it.
All right, back to the gridiron. Let's pick some more games. Starting on Saturday, Clemson -2.5 at Georgia Tech. Give me Haynes King and the Yellow Jackets to win the game.
How healthy is Haynes King?
Healthy enough to beat what I think is,
because he didn't play last week.
Oh,
I think they played it. I think they did that to play it safe though, because I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Georgia Tech I think had a cupcake, and so I think they were saving him for this game.
I know they had a cupcake. Whoever they played, they walked over.
Haynes. If we know anything about Haynes, he's going to play in this one.
And people were talking about Heisman. He's a Heisman contender after his week 1 performance. And he didn't play in week 2, so there's Olin wrote about it, no real chance for him to pad those stats. That's going to come, that'll only be relevant in December when they're trying to make that decision.
I'll be honest with you, this line was a lot closer than I thought it would be. I thought it would be a 5.5-er, like a touchdown game. The fact that it's this close lets me believe that there's a lot of money. A lot of people think Georgia Tech can outright win the game, and I'm one of those people. In Atlanta, Clemson has not looked good, and they've been really bad offensively. I think if Georgia Tech can get to 24, 27 points, they can win the game.
I think Clemson They haven't looked good. They've looked real bad. I think Clemson will win this week on the road, and this is going to kind of potentially right the ship, although I don't think the ACC is very strong outside of Miami this year.
Cade, got a pick?
Yeah, I'll go Clemson, but man, that line is so close. It really is a toss-up, honestly, just because they're at Georgia Tech. If we're in Clemson, I'd feel a little bit differently.
If I'm going to sit there and watch a game and I get to pull for Haynes King, I want to be on that side. Like, I want to be pulling for Haynes King, so give me Georgia Tech.
That's kind of me picking Clemson's kind of like hedging. Like, I will absolutely be glad to be wrong on Saturday on this pick.
All right, next game, Georgia travels to Knoxville. The Bulldogs are favored by 3.5. Listen, Georgia is getting the benefit of the doubt from me because in last week they didn't look great. I thought they were disinterested, but Kirby Smart gets the benefit of the doubt for being disinterested, whereas I don't think some other programs that played down to their competition, for instance, South Carolina, like I'm not giving Shane Beamer and the Gamecocks that same benefit of the doubt. We'll find out about that here in a little bit. But I'm going to give Georgia the benefit of the doubt that they've just been kind of sleepwalking until they're challenged. Tennessee beat Syracuse. We found out a week later that Syracuse is not very good. They go to overtime with UConn. Give me Georgia by 2 scores.
I like that pick. Dogs. Like, Joey Aguilar's going to beat a Georgia defense? Really?
I like that it's in Neyland. That gives Tennessee a real shot. They play so much better there.
Yeah, Neyland Stadium.
Neyland Stadium on the freaking hill. Now they call it up there.
Is that what they call it? It's right there on the banks of the river.
Yeah, they call it Neyland Stadium on the effing hill.
I've never heard that before.
Stadium.
It's a cool stadium inside. It's a dump outside.
You've been?
Oh yeah.
I've never been.
It's a lot like the Swamp. Like the Swamp, once you get in there, it's cool. But the concourses and just the aesthetic of getting into the stadium, it's not great.
What's the cool? We are a cool college town, though.
It is. Yeah. It is really cool, and it's really pretty.
Got some family there.
And like you get toward the Smoky Mountains, it's a really pretty area of the country. I will say this. I have been to a lot of the stadiums in the league: Auburn, Alabama, Texas, Florida, Vanderbilt. Where else have I been?
I'm guessing
Ole
LSU.
Miss, Mississippi State, LSU. Been to a bunch of them. We are so spoiled with Kyle Field. When they did that renovation,
it might be one of the best stadiums in the country.
Regardless of sport, it is so nice compared to some other places. Like so nice.
I'm trying to think, like what I know. Buffalo's building a new football stadium right now. I know SoFi in LA is newer than Kyle by a couple years. Like where else?
AT&T is still super nice.
AT&T is super nice, but a lot of
Mercedes-Benz.
I've never been to Mercedes-Benz, so
I haven't either.
I'm just talking about regular college football stadiums. I've not been in one nicer than Kyle Field. Very, very well done.
What are your favorite places that you've been to?
Now, are we talking just stadium?
Yeah, stadium. Well, yeah, stadium, and then like college towns, like its own thing, right?
Yeah, I would have to separate them. I think Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium in Fayetteville's nice. Fayetteville's got a pretty sweet setup outside of it being in Fayetteville.
I've heard it's a pretty campus.
I didn't like Ole Miss. I don't like Vandy.
You can't like Vandy Stadium. Like
I was underwhelmed by Tennessee and Florida. Just like, again, when you get in there for a game, it's different.
The Swamp gets so hyped up.
It's what's weird about when the Swamp, when you get in there, it's asymmetric.
Yeah.
I've noticed it's that. It's kind of a weird, but it is pretty loud in there. And then they do the don't back down. Don't back down at the end of the third quarter. It's cool. I would put the Swamp up there for sure. I'm trying to think. South Carolina is great in the stadium, but it is in the middle of seemingly miles of blacktop.
Yeah, it's at the fairgrounds.
It's at the fairgrounds,
which is away from campus. Are they the only team?
I was kind of give you one that was really pretty.
Are they the only team in the league that plays on in an off-campus stadium? Well, I don't know where Lexington's is. I don't know where Kroger Field's at. I don't know if that's on campus or not.
And I don't know if Mizzou's on campus. I would guess Mizzou's on campus.
By the way, I'll also take the dogs in this game.
Oh, thanks, kid.
I would say North Carolina, very pretty.
It looks pretty.
Yeah, North Carolina was really pretty. I drove through there. I don't,
Did you hang out with Jordan Hudson?
It's like Stanford, the Palo Alto's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But that football stadium, you drive by it, you don't even know it's there.
Yeah. I've been to South Bend.
The Rose Bowl. Can I count the Rose Bowl?
The Rose Bowl is a dump.
Oh, I didn't. I liked it. How the concourses
stand it.
The concourses go out and it's like concrete away out from under the stadium. I like that.
That's cool. But it's like sitting in the bowl is terrible. Like I went to that game, the infamous 2017 Texas A&M UCLA game, and I am not a very tall person. My legs are not very long, and like I am sitting in my seat and my knees are pressed up against the seat in front of me. It was very much built for a different size human being back when human beings were smaller, when they built the
I was at that game. I sat behind Rico Rodriguez.
Oh, yeah, a Modern Family
Yep,
thing.
I sat behind him at that game.
Miserable experience.
Another stadium that I really like just came to mind, McLean Stadium in Waco. They did a
really, really pretty place.
They did a great job with that. They built it the perfect size for Baylor.
Exactly. Stadium I really like, Sanford Stadium in Athens.
I've never been.
I snuck a beer in. I put one in my boot and just started drinking.
Okay, so Cade took the dogs. I got the dogs.
I took the dogs.
Whoa. Call them dogs.
Sick 'em.
All right. South Florida at Miami.
It's on the CW.
The Bulls travel across the state to play the Hurricanes. Miami is a 17.5-point favorite. If South Florida wins this game, they should be ranked number 1 next week.
Yeah, they'd have the best resume in the country.
Not even close.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be close.
Oh, dude, timeout. Texas A&M has released its jerseys for this weekend. It's white helmet, maroon face mask, white jersey, white pants. On the side of the helmet, maroon script Aggies.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
I've been begging for it.
I think that's a clean look, but I will say, I was a proponent of the traditional maroon helmet with the block ATM against the Golden Dome.
Yeah, I don't care.
I like that.
Let them do their thing. Let them do their tradition.
I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, we don't yuck yums, right?
That's a sick look. It's unique.
I want a maroon helmet with a white script Aggies. I think that looks sharp.
Sure.
It'd be obviously similar to the black one last year. And again, I think A&M can get more creative with their helmets. I like their traditional helmet. I genuinely like the block ATM, but I like when we go off script. And what Elko has done, whenever he was at Duke, he got creative. And I think the longer he's here, we're going to see some more creative combinations. All right. South Florida at Miami, like I was saying, Richard, if the Bulls win this game, they're 17.5-point dogs. Guess what they were last week?
17.5-point dogs?
17.5-point dogs. If they go into Miami and they win that game, they should be ranked number 1. I don't think that's that hot of a take, or at least it shouldn't be.
South Florida should be ranked number 1.
Yes.
Whew.
They would have the best resume in the country.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They would have three ranked victories already.
There's a difference between ratings
and power ratings
and rankings. Rankings, I think you go off resume. Ratings, you go off of like a power system, a score system. They would not be favored against a bunch of teams in the top 10. I understand that, but that should not affect their ranking. But that being said, I think Miami will win the game. I think the way South Florida plays, they can keep it close. So I would take South Florida in the number, but I think Miami wins the game.
I'm right there with you. I mean, the South Florida Bulls have been the best story in college football through 2 weeks, I think. Would you say that?
Yeah.
I mean, undoubtedly so, maybe.
Tarleton Texans would be up there.
Sure. I don't watch Tarleton football, just like I don't watch.
They're an FCS and they beat an FBS.
That's cool, but it was Army.
Then Army went and beat K-State.
Yeah, I know. I will take Miami to win the game and South Florida to cover the points.
Cade?
I completely agree. That line, given what they've done the last 2 weeks, seems absolutely insane.
Yeah, and I think they play. So everybody gets kind of this misnomer about. Alex Golich comes from the Josh Heupel tree. Josh Heupel comes from the Art Briles tree. And they get this misnomer that tree produces like a lot of high-scoring offenses that throw it around.
That yum.
And they run the football. right? Like they run the football. Those Browse Baylor's teams could get vertical and throw the ball down the field. But Tennessee was known for their running attack. And I think South Florida, watching the other night against Florida, they did hit one big ball. It was a just disaster play by Florida's secondary on that long catch and run that put the Bulls ahead. But I still think they want to run the ball and play defense.
Those Baylor teams could run the ball real well.
Yeah, they could.
Lake Seastrunk.
So I think that's kind of the misnomer out there. So I think South Florida will play a brand of football that will keep this thing close, maybe try to limit some of Miami's possessions. So I also think the under would be a good play. I don't have that number in front of me, though. All right.
I'm proud of my progress so far.
You've done pretty well.
I'm proud of my progress.
I can't tell where
Cade, where are you at?
You got to put yourself on the big screen here.
Let's see. I'm just a little bit
He's about
below.
half.
Yeah, I'm just about half.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Good job, Cade.
Not too bad.
The two of us combined to form one Brauninger.
Yeah, there we go.
It's about what we expected, right?
Would it look like that on the scale?
Probably.
It'd be close.
Be close.
No, you're not that big.
South Florida, Miami, we just did. Arkansas on the road at Ole Miss. The Rebels are favored by 7.5. Have you seen anything? Is Simmons going to play?
I haven't seen that.
He was really limping at the end of that Kentucky game, and they played the backup.
No weight on it.
Yeah.
Injury update. Oh, I mean, they've had to have given an update because the availability report came out yesterday.
They got to put out one more tomorrow?
They have to put one out today. I don't see him. That's Arkansas. Probable is Austin Simmons.
Okay. If Austin Simmons plays, I think Ole Miss covers.
Probable means greater than a 50% chance.
And he got a lot of shine in the preseason. He's thrown the ball to the other team too much for my liking.
4 times in 2 games.
Yeah, and all that to say, Arkansas, those people up there have gotten really confident in their football team after beating 2 nobodies. They beat Arkansas Pine Bluff and Arkansas State and beat the doors off of them, and all of a sudden, those folks in Pigville are thinking they could push 8-4-9-3. But
look, man, it's Arkansas. They're the
I'll
say it. Their fan base isn't the brightest. They don't know jack squat. They're not very good. Sam Pittman's going to be fired at the end of the year. Taylon Green, not that great of a player. Solid, decent SEC quarterback. Not good enough to overcome the rest of the woes. Period.
I don't think Arkansas is going to play defense as well as Kentucky did against Ole Miss. The Rebels also, like I said, get them at home. If Austin Simmons is playing, I like Ole Miss to cover.
Yeah. Arkansas's got to play Notre Dame, Tennessee, A&M, Auburn, LSU, Texas, and Missouri. They have
they beat Alabama, A&M,
they have
and Arkansas State.
They have one.
Alabama, A&M, my fault.
Yeah.
They have one conference game against a non-ranked opponent, and it's Mississippi State, who looks way more dangerous than they do.
Yeah, I said Arkansas Pine Bluff. It was Alabama, A&M, and Arkansas State. Really doesn't matter. Like I said,
Memphis might get them next week.
I agree.
They're not good.
So what are you doing?
You guys are. I'll take Ole Miss because I've talked myself into it. Yeah, I'll take Ole Miss in the points because I think Arkansas stinks. I think they're gonna. That is a 3-9 football team.
You can't run down the entire Northwest Arkansas region of that state. And
I'm not okay. Here's the deal. I'm not running down the entire Northwest Arkansas. I'm not doing that, the entire state. I'm running down the kids who go there from DFW and come back after they get denied from Texas A&M and the University of Texas.
A&M's got a catcher that did that exact thing.
And where'd he go to school? Where is he from?
Flower Mound.
Yeah, Flower Mound. That's where a ton. But like he went on an athletic scholarship,
and they're good in baseball.
He could have come to Texas A&M. Like if you go play baseball at Arkansas, I understand. Like it's a legendary head coach in Dave Van Horn. It's a premier program in the nation's premier conference. They are routinely competing for conference titles and national titles. They've never gotten over the hump in Omaha, but every single year I think they could. If you go play baseball there, I get it.
And
if you go run
facilities.
track there, I get it. Everything else, I don't.
So all that to say, go Rebs.
Hotty toddy, I guess.
Cade?
I got way too passionate.
I think the line's 7.5. They win by at least 10. So
yeah, I think that. Yeah, it's hard for me to see a path where 30 to 20 is very reasonable, and it could get north of that.
Matthew Dawson, what do you have? He's in the chat. What
he said he got
this at +9. Does that mean he's taking Arkansas to cover?
I think that's what that means, yes.
Oh, dude. Matthew Dawson, if I win and you lose, you are going to be the biggest fraud on the planet.
Back to fraud jail.
Get fraud checked.
Back to fraud jail. All right. So you went Ole Miss as well, Cade?
Yes, most certainly.
All right. Ole Miss for all of us against Arkansas to cover the 7.5. Florida. Oh, boy. This is another line that I cannot believe it's this close. Florida on the road at LSU in Death Valley. The Tigers are favored by 7.5. I thought legitimate this would be 12.5 or 13.5 when the line came out. I can't believe that it's this low.
Done,
that
dude.
Makes it. Hold on, but it makes me think that Florida's going to cover this.
No, that rivalry is so weird. Like stupid stuff that doesn't make sense seems to always happen, including the throwing of shoes sometimes. But like this, if this is Brian Kelly's best team at home against a team that's not very good,
I don't think I understand all that, and all of the logic and the reasoning says that LSU should cover this easily. But why is the line at 7.5? Why is that number so low? What does Vegas know that I don't? That's what I'm like. That's what I'm trying to process, because again,
Vegas knows a lot of things.
If this was the line would have come out and it was 14.5, nobody would have batted an eye. But it's 7.5.
14.5 maybe for a conference game's high.
Well, maybe they're worried about. Maybe they looked at how LSU didn't, handle business as maybe people would have expected against Louisiana Tech, and said, we'll keep it near a touchdown, but it's in Death Valley. It's not in the swamp. Like and Florida looks not great. Like they played Long Island. Congratulations. That's probably the easiest win of the season, and then you lose to USF. I mean, and that's, to be fair, seems to be a good team right now, but LSU significantly better.
LSU didn't light my world on fire against Clemson. That's a good win on the road.
Yes, that's true.
I think for all the offensive firepower that both of these teams have, the under looks like the better play because they both sputtered a little bit. I'm going to take LSU, but I want to note that line is disgusting, and it's making me really think hard about what should be a foregone conclusion that LSU wins by 2 scores.
Bengals.
But I will take LSU.
I'll take it. Bengals.
All right,
LSU.
The last one here on our games to pick before we give an A&M Notre Dame score prediction. Here it is. I said earlier, South Carolina is not getting the benefit of the doubt from me. Vanderbilt on the road in Columbia against the Gamecocks. South Carolina, a 4.5-point favorite. I think Vanderbilt wins the game.
Brauny, I'm right there with you. This is my game of the week outside like the marquee matchups. I think this is a super interesting one, and I agree with you. I think Vanderbilt wins outright as well. They played significantly better against Virginia Tech than South Carolina did
in Blacksburg.
In their stadium, not at a neutral site. So yeah, and Diego Pavia looks like he might have. He's slinging it a little bit better this year.
Diego Pavia has got some Johnny Manziel stuff to him where I don't think, it's South Carolina at night. They do play better behind Sandstorm and the towels and stuff at night over there. That's where they've had some of their notable victories. I don't think Diego Pavia, that doesn't matter to him.
I don't think he cares at all, but I also think that Lenora Sellers hasn't looked himself yet. Lenora Sellers is going to do something over the next month, so sometime in September, where he announces himself as a Heisman contender. Like, truly. And he hasn't done it yet.
I don't think you can do it against Vanderbilt, though.
I don't think I agree, but like you have to take a step to get there. Like, he's been terrible. He's got 380 yards of offense through 2 games, passing and throwing.
They did not look good against Virginia Tech.
That's incredibly low. He's going to wake up.
The first drive against Virginia Tech and then very late. In between, it was poor. I like the Commodores.
I'll take the Gamecocks.
To cover?
What's the line?
4.5.
Yeah. They win by a touchdown.
I got Vanderbilt outright.
I do too. Give me Vanderbilt in the money line. All right, we're going to get some upset alerts, but first, again, we're not going to break the game down. Just a quick score prediction for Texas A&M and Notre Dame. I will go, my heart says 28-24 Texas A&M. My mind says 24-21 Notre Dame.
My heart says 69-0 Texas A&M. My mind says 23-21 Aggies.
27-21 A&M.
Nice. Okay. All right.
It was nice, wasn't it?
Upset alerts.
Some of our
here.
picks more nicer than the others.
1 to 10 scale. Where does this game rank on your upset alert meter? This is one. The first one that I had, I asked Olin about it this morning. His number is way higher than mine. Arizona State host Texas State. Olin said Arizona State's at a 9 on his upset alert meter. I've got it at a 5.
After what Arizona State did last week in Starkville, they're going to bounce back. I don't think they're getting upset twice back-to-back weeks. They're not that bad of a football team. They just had a bad night against a team that's much improved.
In a raucous atmosphere.
Yes.
I do think Texas State they're alive here, but I don't. If this thing is tied in the third quarter, I would lean Texas State's going to win that game. G.J. Kinney can really coach, and there's going to be some openings come up in this region that he is going to be in for. We mentioned one in Stillwater yesterday. There might be one in Waco. That guy can really coach football. So this would be if Texas State goes on the road. I haven't looked at their schedule. Like, how feasible would it be that Texas State's a double-digit win team? But if they go on the road and they beat Arizona State, he vaults to the top of a lot of folks' wish list that are going to be making coaching changes. But I'm at a 5 on this upset alert.
The Texas State Bobcats are 2-0 with wins over Eastern Michigan and UTSA. They play Arizona State this week. Next week they have Nichols. Then they have Arizona State. Troy looked better than expected last week against Clemson. Marshall looked better than expected against Georgia. James Madison.
Pretty good.
Louisiana Lafayette.
Bad.
Southern Miss. Louisiana
Bad-ish.
Monroe.
Bad.
And South Alabama.
Bad.
So that's like 8-9.
Yeah, I mean they're going to be in the discussion. Those are a couple of coin flips in there, but it's not like some cupcake walk-through schedule. So it's not a foregone conclusion if they win this game. They're going to be a potential at-large bid for the playoff. But I do like G.J. Kinney. I like the direction he's got the program. I thought that was a huge win for them last week against UTSA. I'm at a 5 on my upset alert meter. All right.
2.
Kay, did you give a number? You have a 2?
I'll say 3. I think Kenny Dillingham's a great coach, so
You would get him to bounce back?
yeah, bounce back.
All right. This one, I think we're all going to be pretty low. Alabama host Wisconsin. 1.
-3.
Yeah, maybe like wait. There's not a 0.
No, it's 1 to 10.
1.
Yeah.
1.
Wisconsin has fallen so far behind on the talent scale.
In Tuscaloosa.
They can't keep up. They just don't have the horses to keep up. And even if Bama is more like the team we saw in week 1, there's still a massive chasm between them and Wisconsin with what they're putting on the field.
Oh, yeah. And it's a team from the Big Ten, from the North, going to the South in September. What's the forecast like for Tuscaloosa on Saturday?
I think it's supposed to be nice all across the country.
Tuscaloosa weather on Saturday, high of 92. And Brauny's killed the jug. Now I got to go pick that up.
Feels good. Felt good.
I feel like I need to pee.
I'm going. We're only got
I'm getting there.
25 minutes left. There are 3 bathrooms here, so we should all be okay. All right. We're both very low on Wisconsin's chances for an upset in Tuscaloosa. Here's one that look, the line on this game is like 3 touchdowns. But anytime these West Coast Big Ten schools come to the middle of America, I think this is an early morning kick. USC at Purdue. I've got it as a 3 just because Purdue's so bad, and USC has actually played pretty good offense. Mayava has been pretty good. But to me, this is more of the situation around the game rather than the talent on both sides.
1. USC rolls.
I'll say 2. I haven't watched either of these teams play this year, so
you ain't missing much with USC. I mean, excuse me, with Purdue.
Yeah, probably not. But yeah, USC, Maeva, he looked good against A&M in the bowl game last year. So if I'm basing it off that, then yeah. 2.
I had an uncle that went to Purdue, or I have an uncle.
My dad always calls it Perdon't.
Perdon't. He played hockey at Purdue. My Uncle Tom.
Maybe the hockey team would have a better chance against USC.
That's true.
Texas Tech host Oregon State. I've got the wrong number here. I don't know what I was thinking. Oregon State might be the worst, or you can't even call them P4, but they might be the worst major college program in the country.
Worse than Oklahoma State?
They're in the discussion. What happened with Oregon State last week? I watched some of that game. I love West Coast games, like sitting up late at night in the recliner with my dog watching West Coast football. I really enjoy it. Where am I at here? Here's the schedule.
I really miss Pac-12 after dark.
Yes.
How much more water do you have left, Cade? I feel like I'm doing okay.
You're doing great.
I'm doing a pretty solid job. I got here. You can see I'm about where I was earlier, but I took a few.
Oh, I'm doing better than Cade.
Yeah,
a little bit, right? Like
just it's real close.
Oregon State lost by 19 to Cal.
Oof.
And they lost by 9 to Fresno State. If you'll remember, Fresno State looked horrifically bad against Kansas early in the year.
You know what? When Fresno
Tech might be good, but I still don't know if we know that.
When did Fresno State come here? Was that
2007, wasn't it?
I could have used one of these when my mom and dad took me to the game.
Yeah, very low on my. I don't think Oregon State can go to Lubbock and win. If you've never been to Lubbock, and I don't think it would be very unique situation if there would be a lot of players at Oregon State that have been to Lubbock, Texas, and been to a game. It is a little different, and they're going to be
their nostrils will be assaulted.
Yes, and they'll be hit with tortillas. Was that a
cocaine joke?
No, it was a Lubbock smells like cow crap joke.
I figured it could be both.
So we're all low on Oregon State's chances to go into Tech. Here's an interesting one. West Virginia versus Pitt. Pitt's favored by 5.5, I believe. The game is in Morgantown. The Mountaineers coming off an embarrassing loss at Ohio. And I think they can win the backyard brawl.
The Mountaineers are favored?
No, Pitt is.
No.
Pitt's favored by 5.5. I think West Virginia backyard brawl. It gets weird. I think I'm at a 7 on this. They can win the game.
5.
Okay. The last one, and I can't believe I put this on here, but what on earth? This is back-to-back weeks. The Big 12 is sending one of their teams, and a team that is ranked. They are going on the road to a G4 school. Iowa State travels to Jonesboro, Arkansas to play the Red Wolves and I have it as a 6 because what are we doing? Arkansas State just got blasted by Arkansas. They're not good.
I think Iowa State's too well coached. I don't think it's going to phase them.
I'm going to say that's a 1. Arkansas State is terrible. They just lost to Arkansas by like 40 points.
I know.
My P is going to be so clear.
I get it, but there's something like, what are we doing? And Ames, Iowa is not some bastion of like. Actually, I thought their game day atmosphere looked pretty good last week when they played Iowa. But another reason, they're coming off an emotional win. They're traveling to a G4 school that I couldn't even tell you where Jonesboro is on a map.
Rocco Becht is going to tear them up.
So I've got it a little bit higher at a 6 just because it's a weird spot.
How do these schedules get made where these teams are like not only is it like they're coming down to Arkansas, like that just seems weird. Like Iowa to Arkansas.
Well, it's the weirder part is that it's a P4 school too. On the road at a G4 school.
Yeah, that too.
And we just saw it happen with, like I said, West Virginia goes on the road to Ohio and loses in a disgusting performance.
Can we discuss something? It was Power 5. right? And at the same time, it was group of 5, right? So now it's Power 4. Why is it group of 4? Did we lose 2 conferences?
I don't know, dude. Is the nomenclature important?
I'm just curious. I'm trying. I know it's Thursday, but I'm trying to learn something. Maybe I can bring it next week to my We Learned Wednesday, since I don't bring too much to the table.
It is G5.
Okay.
According to the internet.
Okay. Thank you,
group
internet.
Of 5, not group of 4. So it's a G5 team versus a P4 team, hosting a P4 team in Jonesboro, Arkansas. I think Iowa State is okay, but it's worth noting. All right. I got about 20 minutes left. Got a couple more topics to get to, including this game tonight in the NFL. But I did want to point out, so, Cade, while I'm talking about Nebraska, okay, can you pull up their schedule and have it ready? Because I'm going to go to you so you can run it down. Nebraska, to me, they got too much shine for a win at a neutral site over Cincinnati. And I have not understood why there's been a little bit of momentum nationally behind Nebraska as a dark horse team in the Big Ten until I went and looked at their schedule. Now, they beat Akron 68-0 last week. Akron hasn't scored a point yet this year. They host Houston Christian this week. And I'm going to tell you this. After Cincinnati, Akron, and Houston Christian, it's not like the schedule ramps up to some unforeseen level. I don't think Nebraska is great. I think they can win 10 games. Kay, do you have that schedule?
Yeah, I have it up.
Just go through who they play.
They get Michigan on the 20th.
Yeah, so they have
at home.
They have Houston Christian next at home. They have Michigan at home. Then they have Michigan State at home.
No good.
Then they have Maryland on the road.
No good.
Minnesota on the road.
No good. Row the boat.
Northwestern at home.
No good.
USC at home.
There's the big challenge.
UCLA on the road.
No good.
So you
Penn
said
State
USC is the big challenge?
USC's.
You don't think Michigan's a big challenge?
I mean, Michigan is clearly down.
I agree. Michigan is better than Nebraska.
Should be.
Michigan is better than Nebraska.
Even if you want to say that they lose to Michigan, that's one loss. I think they can get one of Michigan and USC at home, don't you?
Yes. If Michigan is not 10-1 going into that Ohio State game, it's a failure.
Okay, keep going, Cade.
The last two are Penn State on the road.
There's a loss.
That's a loss. And then Iowa at home.
They can win that game. So there's a legit shot that Nebraska gets to 10. Like the big turning point games for them are Michigan, USC, and then probably like I'm chalking up Penn State as a loss, and then Iowa. So even if they lose 2 of those, so they could lose 1 of those 3, lose to Penn State. They go 2-1 against Michigan, USC, and Iowa. They're 10-2 and looking at a playoff. Now, it's just as likely that they lay a stinker and lose to Minnesota. But this water, and I'm getting indigestion. I don't want to burp into the microphone. But again, it was something that caught my eye because I was like, all right, Nebraska played Cincinnati, who's what would you call Cincinnati? Like a meddling Big 12 team?
Yeah.
It's not the Cincinnati of, Tony Pike and who was the quarterback that Desmond Ritter. Yeah. It's not those Cincinnati teams and not Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce.
Those dudes were terrible. Those Cincinnati teams were not very good.
Bringing up famous players. But it's not the Cincinnati teams that have gone, in the past to BCS games or been 10-win teams. And then they play Akron and Houston Christian. They're going to hang another 50 on Houston Christian this week. So it caught my attention because of the schedule through the first few weeks and then looking at what's to come for them. I like Matt Rule as a coach. I really do. And it's been a long time since Nebraska was in some sort of national conversation. I'm just saying they could get there this year.
I think the Nebraska conversation highlights what I think of the Big Ten. Extremely top heavy. And then there's 4 or 5 teams below the Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon line that could threaten to get to 10 wins. Just because like Rutgers, Maryland, Iowa, Northwestern, Michigan State, Those teams are terrible.
Who do you? If you've watched, I don't know if you've watched enough football to make a definitive statement here. What team, just to your eye, looks like the best team in the country? I think it's been easy so far.
Would you say Oregon?
Oregon.
I would say
they look super fast again.
Yeah. It's either them or
they got DeCorian Moore making huge plays. Freshman out of Dallas. They've gone and pulled. It's like they have the LaMichael James type of Oregon back.
Yeah, it kills me. I think it might be Ohio State. Just think Ohio State's good.
It's one of those two, probably.
When do they play? Oregon's got to go to Columbus, right?
I believe so.
That game was wild last year.
It was in Autzen Stadium last year, so it would be if there is a return, it's going to be in Columbus, and if they don't play each other, it'll be in Indianapolis.
Oh, they played again, right? They played in this college football. They played in the Rose Bowl. Ohio State beat them 41-21. Beat them up.
The only Oregon gets Penn State this year, not Ohio State.
Okay.
And they have to go. They have to go to.
That's right.
They have to go to Penn State, and I think that'll. If I had to guess, that'll probably be the game they'll do the whiteout.
Yeah,
easy way to answer that.
That is a. Thank you for that, Cade. I forgot that they do go to Penn State, not Ohio State this year. So Thursday night football tonight. Commanders travel to Green Bay, who I thought Green Bay looked like the best team in the NFL in Week 1.
Penn State, Oregon is the whiteout.
They've already announced it.
Yes.
Commanders at Packers tonight. Von Miller versus Edge Cooper. Packers are favored by 3.5. The NFL lines are so, like, you go down and you look at the NFL schedule on ESPN.com. The lines are so much, obviously they should be, right? But it's kind of startling to look at the college lines and then click on the NFL lines and look how much smaller they are. But the Packers are getting 3.5 points tonight. Laying 3.5 points tonight. I think they cover in Lambeau.
The Packers?
Yes.
It's like this is hate watch for me.
You don't like the Commanders either?
Well, not after they made me sit in a dark room and just complete silence for at least a half hour in January.
Jaden Daniels, they've got good weapons. The Commanders have got good weapons. This is their best team.
I think Washington's got the better quarterback.
I would definitely agree with that.
Is the difference in? I don't disagree with that either. But is the difference between the quarterbacks enough to make up for the difference? What I think in the teams.
I don't think so.
I think the difference between the quarterbacks is significant. I do. I think Jordan Love. I'm not a Jordan Love guy, but I'm also biased. So I'll admit that. I'm a Lions fan. I will also say I'll give the Packers their due. The difference between the defenses are significant. Packers are going to have the best defense in the NFL.
Matthew Dawson said the Cincinnati Bearcats had 3 defensive linemen get hurt last year. They're probably a lot more physical than most give them credit for. So sounds like he's bullish on.
Of course,
Nebraska.
Of course, he's all over this. He knows who's hurt, who's out. He's got a problem. He's got a problem.
I love it. It's a great problem. And if they ever legalize sports betting in this state,
it's going to be a massive problem.
He will be on speed dial until he starts losing me money. And then you won't hear from Matthew Dawson for weeks at a time because I'll have him.
He's going to need a number on his speed dial.
All right. So here's what we got to close out Thunderdome Thursday. I will let you guys continue to work on your water. Richard, I'm very proud of you. This is a guy that didn't want to do the bit yesterday, and he's given good effort. Here's one thing about Richard. In the moment when you give him ideas, he's going to pout about it a little bit, but then when the camera comes on, he's going to give effort.
I am absolutely the guy that's kind of got to complain, pout, be pissed off for a little bit, regardless of what happens. If it's the bit, if it's something that comes in, hits my email, I'm going to be a little, you know what, you fill in 4-letter word, whichever one you want to use, and then I'm going to put my mind to it and be like, all right, this is what's in front of us. Let's pull up our pants and go.
Okay, so Cade, you have the wrappers for these protein bars. We are taste testing protein bars that are readily available.
That one looks good. I don't know what that is.
HEB and gas stations, anywhere around you. So we are going to, Cade, I'm going to have you just grab one of the wrappers, put it up to the screen, and we will taste that one, and you tell us which one it is. What's the title of this one?
This is going to be the s'mores flavored
this is the Pop-Tart
protein pastry by Legendary Foods.
Okay, so we're going to taste it. We won't go ahead and read the calories and stuff on it. Calorie count and protein.
Calorie count, 180 calories, and there are 20 grams of protein.
Go ahead and taste that. Don't say what you think about it. We're going to rank them at the end. I will say that would probably be a lot better warmed up.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Okay. This is, again, we're ASMR in people's ears here as they drop them. Don't fall asleep behind the wheel if you're driving and listening to us.
Ooh, it gets better after the first bite.
Well, you got a big piece. Pause. Next one, Cade. Wrapper. Flip the camera to you. Give us the nutrition facts.
Wrapper. I have David's.
Okay, that's this one.
Chocolate chip.
That's this one?
Cookie dough flavored bar.
Okay, first I'm going to...
28 grams of protein and 150 calories.
These are called David. They're not made by Nuno. You know which one this is, Cade?
No, which one?
It's the lightest colored one left.
Okay, gotcha.
Mine's like stuck to the...
Oh, you got a little bit of paper on yours. All right. Eat around it or eat it. I dig these.
It's like Pop Rocks.
The crunch is interesting.
Mm-hmm. Now, what did you say the calories were on this one?
150.
And how much protein?
28 grams.
That's more than the Pop-Tart, right?
Correct. It's 8 grams more than the Pop-Tart, and it's 30 calories less.
Something to think about. We are just basing this on flavor, but something to think about. Okay, next one, Cade.
All right. This might be the favorite.
The Built Bar.
Built Bar.
That's this one,
Cookies and cream.
Yep. I came in with a bias toward this one.
Dang it. I'm trying to read this. 17 grams of protein. Calories, 150 again.
Man, there's something to be said for that one.
The texture's just so weird.
We'll rank them.
It's like a
I actually
marshmallow
enjoy the texture of that more than the last one.
Mm-hmm. That does me something good there. I could eat a mountain. In fact, my wife buys these by the boxes. So again, I am going in with a bias toward the Built Bar. All right, next one, Cabe.
This one is called Barbell's Creamy Crisp.
Yep, that's the one that's got looks like it's got some sort of crisp on the outside of it. Not smooth surface.
200 calories, 20 grams of protein.
What does this look like? There's
like nuts on it. It's got nuts on it.
No, because I know they're like little pieces of like rice.
Mm-hmm.
Like we used to have when I was a kid, there was a like a little Debbie snack that looked similar to this.
Oh, Shark Crunch.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I love some Little Debbie. That might be something we do.
Little Debbie's?
We taste test Little Debbie products. Turn us all into giant Debras.
We have Nick Saban stopped by the show.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's like oatmeal cream cookie guy or something, right?
They're oatmeal cream pies.
I know I used to call them oatmeal cream cookies. I thought it sounded better. Okay.
Well, you didn't want to say oatmeal cream pie?
I thought it sounded better. All right, last one.
This is the Anna Bar. Monster Cookie Crunch.
They definitely did that. There's a certain people that go to the gym that see the prefix Anna, and they're like, we have to have it. Anna Bar. It's anabolic.
Okay.
It's anabolic. Hold on. Give me the macros on that again.
290 calories, 20 grams of protein.
So that's the highest calorie one.
There's a lot of peanut butter.
Oh, yeah. I usually don't complain about too much peanut butter, but that is a lot. I don't hate it, though.
Pretty good.
That's all right.
Okay. Cade?
I need to pee so bad.
And we got 5 minutes left. Cade, give me your least favorite one of those.
Okay, my least favorite is the David, this one.
Wow.
The white one.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's my least favorite.
Be my last one.
My last one would have been, surprisingly, the Pop-Tart.
No.
Again, a little caveat. I think it would be much better if it was heated up. Put in the air fryer, put in the microwave. I think it'd be a lot better. All right. Fourth?
Fourth, I'll go Pop-Tart fourth.
I'll go with this Anabar one we just had fourth.
Can I do a tie for third? Like I'll do the Anabar and the Pop-Tart tied for third. Like
okay.
they're back to back.
Big peanut butter guy, huh?
I do like peanut butter.
I don't dislike it. It just,
you know, an elite breakfast when I was a kid would be 2 Eggo waffles in the toaster, pop them out, put some peanut butter between the two of them, make a sandwich.
No bananas?
Walk out.
I'd like that, but I'll have some bananas in there.
Dude, I'll have banana every morning.
The thing about peanut butter, and this is something to, when I was talking about my muscle mousse earlier, as I've kind of experimented with the recipe for my muscle mousse, I would drop some PB2 powder in there. It doesn't matter if you put a little bit or a lot of bit. Peanut butter is an overpowering flavor and taste. So it's going to dominate whatever you put it in. And the only vehicle that I really, really enjoyed in is chocolate. But I thought it was a little bit heavy in this one. Okay, 3 for me was the David bar. I know y'all didn't like it. Or you did like it?
No, mine was last. I didn't like it. I liked it. It was okay. Like the ones you picked,
wasn't a bad one.
The ones you picked were all good.
Yep.
But it would have been my least favorite. For 3, what do I have left?
Well, you picked 2.
Sorry, I picked.
I have the Anabar at 3.
Okay. So you have 2 and 1 left.
Yeah, I believe all our top 2s are the same.
2, I'll go with the Puff Bar.
Cade?
2, I'm gonna go with the cookies and cream one at 2.
Me too. Wait, hold on, they're both cookies and cream.
No, I have the cookies and cream one. No, this is the Puff Bar, the one with the nuts on it.
No, it's not.
Wait, what am I thinking of?
The Puff Bar is the one that was puffy. So you had the one that had like the little rice pieces on it left.
The Puff Bar was the one that was like, it's like the marshmallow texture.
Yeah. Okay, yes, that one I have at 2.
Okay. So I have the one, the I think it's Barbell cookies and cream. I think is that the label, Barbell?
Yes.
Okay, that's the one I have at 2. And unapologetically, and I told you this coming in, that I was going to have the Built Bar at 1. It's like eating a cloud, and I love it. It's like somewhere between, this is twice that we brought up jelly on this show, but jelly and a marshmallow. It's like a weird consistency, and I really dig it. So I know they have those at H-E-B. They're not a sponsor of this show, but I would highly encourage, we got the cookies and cream one today. The brownie batter one and the cookie dough one are sensational. They're all really good. Richard is trying to fight through it. We've all got to pee.
Yeah, really bad, actually.
So
I've got a minute to do the rest of this.
I think we got to hang with
it.
We got to hang with him, Cade. Single shot.
Chug, 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 chug.
I don't know if he's got it in him. I don't like the look in your eye. Come on. You're almost there.
I don't like the feeling of my body. Like,
come on.
You like the look in my eye?
Dude, you got 45 seconds. Come on, chat. Chug, 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 chug. Oh, come on, man. You're there. Spike it. Gronk spiked that thing.
He's done it.
Yes, he's done it.
Yes.
I can't believe Richard Zane with the most incredible feat on the B Team show up to this point. He's walking off, going straight to the bathroom. We're on a 94.5-hour break. Tune in live tomorrow morning, TexAgs Live. at 8 a.m. We'll see y'all next week on the B Team.